Welcome to Wally's Weld and Weld. I'm the Weld Professor. If you didn't know, now you know. Okay, today we're going to go ahead and just talk about two-hole pins because I know everybody's like, what's two-hole pin? Well, you got to learn how to two-hole pin her before you can get her level. So let's talk about two-hole pins, all right? Let's go over it. Today, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a rundown on two-hole pins and what it's all about, because if you ain't two-holing it, you might not be able to do it right. So a lot of people have made the mistake in the past of not two-holing their flanges, and they'll one-hole it, and they'll go to bolt it up and it won't fit. So it's really important to know how to two-hole, how to fit and fabricate in two holes and using two-hole pins. So today I want to bring you into my channel and introduce you to the two-hole pin series, right? It's just kind of a quick little rundown, tell you what it's about and what we use them for. So basically, you know, that's one hole in it. One hole. Two holes is when you got two holes, right? Two holes. So this is two hole in it. Get something here. All right. So basically, theoretically speaking, you want two hole pins to level your flange to get it level, right? So that's the whole purpose behind two hole pins. Now, a lot of the time, I just use a level. But in a situation where like you're got a bunch of fit and you got a bunch of fabricating, it's good and nice to use the two hole pins. The two hole pins come in real handy. And so let's just kind of give you a rundown of the two hole pins. Here's some two hole pins. These are kind of like really the very first two hole pins. They kind of have a loosen and then a slide action where you can remove it like that. And then you can remove that. Now, when fitting and fabricating, you really got to know how to put your two-hole pins, because you can get to a point where if your two-hole pins don't come apart a certain way, see, a lot of these two-hole pins, they come apart here, but if you unscrew this, it'll come apart right here. And that's important, because if you get in a bind fitting and fabricating and you're not able to pull this out, say due to like a flange or a fitting or something else that's going on onto that, you might be in a bind. And so, but this is where the two-hole pins come in real handy, right? A little messed up, it looks like. My pin might not be straight. So that's another thing you need to pay attention to, is that that thread, that alt thread, is always straight. So if it gets bent, it might throw these off. So this is the purpose of two-hole in it, right? So you two-hole your flange. This is two-hole, making sure that you got each hole right next to each other got pins in it, and that will be two-holed. If you don't have it like that, it's not two-holed. If you have your pin outside of that and you think, you know, well, maybe I need to have it over here like this because I think this is two-hole in it, you could be incorrect. But there is times when you got to do a fit like a 45, and the flange might not match up if you two-hole it. So sometimes there is a possibility you might have to one-hole it. And so this is one hole in your flange. All right, and it's where one hole is always in the center of your two-hole pins. Make sure your two-hole pins are tight back here. So you always want to make sure these wing nuts right here that they got or whatever, you're tightening screws, you always want to make sure those are tight. And then you can, again, you can check it from this side, and then you can check it from this side to make sure your two-hole pins are both lining up correctly. Now, this will be good for a stainless fitting. A lot of the times, I won't use these two-hole pins. I have tons of two-hole pins, but I don't really like to use them. It's not really my preference, but when I get on a job and I got to do a lot of stainless, then you better believe that I'm using my two-hole pins. I can't take all my levels and level them when I'm fitting a lot of stainless, so that's when my two-hole pins come in real handy. And another thing too is I have a pair of two-hole pins right here that are magnetic, and I can't use these on stainless either, but they have their adjustables right here where you can adjust flange size, you know, so you can go in and out of the flange sizes. And then they also have adapters that could go inside a little bit of a bigger flange. You know, you can see the difference here between that it's a little bit bigger. So that holds a bigger series flange, you know. The bigger series flanges usually have bigger holes for the bolts and screws. So that's what the purpose is for that one. And you can see right here, it's got a little twist knob. You can twist it, it'll turn the magnet on, and then you can actually twist it and turn the magnet off, and it'll release it from the two-hole. Now, you can't use something like that on this particularly, because this would be stainless. A lot of the time I'll take a level, right, and I will just level. You always got to be sure when you're doing these stabilas, because there's actually an angle right here. You can see it if you look at the level like this. There's an angle right here. So you got to make sure when you're two-holing it that you don't have it on that angle. You always want to have it on the straight pieces right here, right? This is what I mean by that. You always want to have it on the straight pieces, not this little curve right here, because this little curve could end up throwing you off, and it might not be 2-hole pin, might not be perfectly 2-hole. It might be out a little bit, and you might have to tweak your flanges and stuff like that, where it might put the bolts in a bind or something like that. So it's always important to make sure that the 2-hole pin is absolutely perfect, because that way when they go to bolt it up, the bolts slide in there nice and steady and smooth, and there's no tension or frustration with the workers trying to line we don't want to be getting line up bolts and having to line it all up. So that's one way on carbon that I do it. I always put a level on it like that, and I will level all my flanges like that with my bubble here, and I will get it level. Now, and then just to go over some other things, on a little pipe, sometimes it's good to use these little ones. I like these little ones. They come in handy, but usually only for little tiny pipes, so I don't use it unless it's tiny pipe. But then, yeah, I also have some other ones that were given to me, and I like them because it's just kind of like a press button. I mean, it's tight. You can't pull it off unless you press the button. You press the button, it releases it. And then you can also, just wherever your adjustment is, that it'll lock it in place. So those are some really nice 2-hole pins. These are actually some nice stainless ones that a friend had given to me. He had them made in a mill shop. Somebody milled them for him, and he had a couple of them, and he didn't want these ones anymore. So he basically donated to me, and of course, me being the guy I was, I took them in. I was like, yeah, sure, I'd love to have them. So these have always been part of my collection. These are some really old ones that my boss very first gave me. These were some ones that I got when I bought a welding machine, and I think these came with it too. And this is one that I had purchased, off a General Air truck. You can get this at General Air. Flange Wizard sells this, so this is a Flange Wizard product. You can find this on the Flange Wizard, either Instagram or the website. The Tool Beast is the Instagram I was following, and they have some of these. They're awesome. I would definitely look into these and check these out. I really like these. Yeah, they're kind of pricey, but you get what you pay for, and I use these a lot. They come in real handy. You can see they're real beat up. And I got a pair of those actually that I'm going to be giving away, so stay tuned for that Instagram giveaway, because I'm going to be giving a pair of those away to somebody as well. So yeah, that kind of wraps up with the 2-hole pins in. I'm really happy that you guys kind of tuned in. I noticed a lot of people weren't watching the video all the way through it, and they weren't leaving the comment at the end of the video, basically. So it's okay, it's all good. But the point is basically to see if you guys are interacting, and if you are watching the video and you are learning something, and if you're watching it all the way through, learning something, you get rewarded. That's right. And today I'm giving away a Magnum Reel slap to somebody. That's right. I'm only giving one away. I'm giving one away to somebody each time, every time. And I'm going to pick a winner through the comments of somebody that gives a shout out to basically the people that I'm giving the slaps away, whether the slap's mine, whether the slap is SoCo's, or it's Magnum Reel. So, we give a Magnum Reel a shout out today. Shout out to Magnum Reel. Boom, boom. And go ahead and check them out. Subscribe to them on YouTube, because they have a YouTube channel, and they also have an Instagram. Go and check their Instagram out. Go and check their website out. And mad shout out to them. They're awesome. They are cool. I suggest you get in the comments, give them a shout out. It's much love to everybody. I got nothing but respect to you. And I have not forgot about you guys. We're still going to be giving you guys the giveaway caps. And then we're coming back with the weekly giveaways where we're giving away the SoCo gear. I know things have just been hectic. You just got to bear with me. I mean, we still haven't, taken care of a lot of things that we need to be taking care of. And we're taking care of those because, that's life, right? We take care of things. So I got to take care of everything. And help my wife take care of things, because we're just a little solo army, and we kind of do it ourselves. But yeah, get in the comments, say what's up, tell me what you think of the 2-hole pins and your feedback on 2-hole pins. Now I do know they make a bigger 2-hole pin, for the real big flanges. I've seen them, on a big, 24-inch pipe with the big bolts, or the 30-inch pipe. So I know there is bigger 2-hole pins out there. But yeah, in the subscription, I'll definitely have a list of stuff that I think, you should look into and get as a welder, as far as hoods and welding gloves that I use, and as far as, 2-hole pins and stuff like that. There's also the welder's handbook in there, so check it out. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I can't thank you enough for all your support. And just come and get the free knowledge, because that's what it is. It's just free knowledge. I want to give you guys the free knowledge. Come and learn, and this is a learning experience for all of you. And if you feel like you need more learning, and you need more experience, and you need more stuff you want to do, go ahead and feel free to leave it in the comments. I might not get to your topic, there might be another channel out there scoping it out, and they might get to your topic, so stay tuned to their channels as well. You can't knock anybody, because we're all out here just trying to accomplish one thing, and that's making the dream come true. You got to make the dream come true. But until next time, we'll wrap to you later. I'm out. Peace, guys.